Hey guys, it's Scrappinkaty, and today is day 12 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And believe it or not, this is a fun one. It's got a lot of black and white and some pops of some color.
For day 12, here is a look at the sketch. And I'm just liking the corners, the triangles, and then the pennants coming out from behind the photo and up here. And then, of course, kind of like some mixed media or something up at the top. And believe it or not, I'm not really a circle person, but I think I'm going to do the circle behind my photo. So I've got a little smorgasbord of products going on here, so hopefully they will all work out in the end. So let me grab those and we can get started. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and get that mixed media out of the way. So I have mustard seed distress oxide. I am just laying that down on my glass mat. I have no idea what I did with my little spray bottle from the other day. I'm pretty sure my daughter probably has it. So we're going to try something new. I have the lemon shimmer brush. And if you aren't familiar with our shimmer brushes, you can use them like watercolor pens. You can do a whole bunch of stuff, but they have glitter to them. Shimmer. So I am just going to squeeze that onto my project. That's going to add the wetness, and then I'm going to take that packaging, kind of move that shimmer all around and get it going right there. And I think I might bring some down here. And then when that dries, it is going to be gorgeous. So now what can I do with that so I don't waste it? This is just a piece of white daisy cardstock. I am going to turn that over onto that and press down and see what we got, and I can use it later. It's going to be pretty, y'all. Can you already see that shimmer? Okay, so I'm going to then clean that up with some baby wipes and let my base page dry, and I'll be right back. I think that is pretty dry, and I just wanted to show y'all that shimmer. Isn't that just so pretty? Okay, so I have all my pieces already cut. My triangles are going to be a little bit different in that they're more elongated than anything. And the photo that I'm using of our middle son and our daughter is this one. And he's got kind of a maroon shirt on. So I'm going to bring in some sangria cardstock. And then you can see now why I used that lemonade, because she's got this yellow shirt on. Just the cutest photo of them both. But I want to add just a little bit of color behind these triangles. So I'm going to have to kind of get creative, because a diagonal of a 10-inch piece is a whole lot longer than 12 inches. And then I'm also going to bring in lemonade shimmer trim. And I'm just going to have a little piece of it showing. So in order to do that, I want to add my shimmer trim to the sangria cardstock first. Now I always leave a tail on my shimmer trim. It makes it a whole lot easier to peel back. And I am just going to place it right there, and you can see that I'm pulling this tail back as I'm gluing it down. And it just makes it super, super easy. And then when I cut, I don't cut the tail, I just cut the shimmer trim. And then now I still have a tail.
So I'm just going to repeat this process on the rest of those sangria cardstock strips. Now I am kind of putting them together because you want the same border all the way across that strip. And then again, when I cut the shimmer trim, I am being careful not to cut the backing just yet. I will do that when I am finished. I'll cut it down. So now is a good time to remind you that if you like this video so far, go ahead and hit that like button. It lets YouTube know to show you more videos of the same. And it also helps me out to get in front of other people.
I am going to turn this piece over onto this. And I want that shimmer trim to just barely show. I want it a little bit thinner. And then also I did not put glue right up to the edge because I'm going to take my fingernail and kind of rough up that edge. So we now can cut that off. And that off. And that's not going to work. I need it to go past that. So again, remember, it doesn't really matter because at this bottom portion is where the photo and everything's going to go. Okay, so now I've moved that down. And now when I trim it off, it looks like it goes all the way to the end. Okay, so now it is time to glue these down. And it's just going to go flush into this corner. And again, that one isn't straight either. What was I thinking here? We'll have an embellishment there too. And that way, it'll look uniform if I have embellishments both places. Okay, so we have that. And then, do you remember those pennant pieces that I told you I was really liking? So I'm just going to add the residual of this black ink to the edge of this. Same thing with this one. And then I'm going to dovetail the ends. And I like to just cut up the center, not quite 1/2 inch, and then cut from the corner to that center line. And then repeat the step. And then you have a dovetail. I'm going to do the same thing with this. If you're not good finding centers, you can definitely find the center on your paper trimmer. So, you know, this is a 2-inch piece. So I would just line it up at 1 inch and cut up the center. And so that one is going to go right there. And then I also have a zip strip. And I'm going to just cut on one of these lines for that one. And then we'll do the same over here. So let me go ahead and attach this zip strip to this piece. And then I'm not going to adhere that down quite yet. Okay, so for this piece, I think I'm actually going to cut it in half and use half on one side of that circular piece and half on the other. Maybe not quite half. So maybe like that. Okay, so let's bring in that circle piece, and I am using some of that UV coated cardstock again. I love the look. And so that's going to go right there. I'm having a hard time with, as it stands right now, this almost looks like a spirit layout. You know, like a school that's maroon and yellow. Doesn't it to you guys? So I may not do this maroon. I may just leave those. So I may need to make my circle smaller. That's what I'm thinking. So I have cut my circle smaller. And it just so happens that now I have this little ring that I can use for something. I decided to actually do the open ring. And I moved it up a little bit because in the sketch, that's the way it has that solid circle that actually goes above the photo and then off to the right. So I'm just using some liquid adhesive to tack this down. Really don't need to worry about it too much on the left because of that photo. And then I've got 3D foam tape on my photo. So this is what I was talking about, how it goes up above and to the right. I am going to go ahead and glue this down. And I need to figure out where I want this first. I think I want a little bit of that circle showing. So we need that, but I need to make sure that it is straight. And then let's glue this one down. I am going to get this glued down. I just wanted to show you that I never put foam tape to the very edge. I always leave gaps, and that way I can tuck things in behind the photo once I start embellishing. And then here is where the smorgasbord of stuff is going to take place. So I've got this sticker sheet, and so I'm going to say, if time could stand still, all smiles, and I definitely want to put some 3D foam tape behind there. So another good thing about this all smiles is, you know, there's this little blank spot in their photo, and so that kind of takes that away. It's not really straight, but it's gonna have to do. I've told you guys that these stickers are so sticky, so I can't remove it from the photo, otherwise it'll damage it, but that's fine. Okay, so I definitely want to use some of these dark pieces, these dark blue, because of her blue jean jacket. I want that blue to go up there. And then real life amazing. And I kind of wanted to use this. I don't know if you recall, but that sketch had a little swag to it. So here's what I was talking about. Always leaving some room under here. And that way you can kind of tuck these under. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I need something right here and right here to hide that. I want to stay away from the wild berry. You know, it's okay that it's there because it just kind of really clashes with that sangria. Kind of like that right there. That way I've got orange, orange, orange. Should I do a star? Should I do a star up here? And then as far as those, so the only thing I think I can come up with is I'm going to doodle. So I'm going to draw 2 lines to make it look like that was meant to happen. And then draw 2 lines over here. Same thing right here. And I'm actually kind of liking this. Draw a line over this wonderful shimmer, this lemonade shimmer. Yeah, it actually just kind of brings everything in. And then now let's take a look at this. Let's add some 3D foam tape to that. So the sticker sheet that I'm using is from the VIP Highlights. And although it is retired and you can no longer get it, we do offer exclusive kits all the time. And so this is just a stamp set that came with that colorful sticker sheet that you saw me use, and I even used some of the paper pack the other day. And so I'm thinking I'm going to add some of these little stamped images. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp, you know, there's a rainbow stamp image, but there's a cloud. I'm going to stamp that cloud in Bluebird and fussy cut it out and then put it right there. I ended up using Carolina ink instead, since that top sentiment sticker by the rainbow is in Carolina, and I didn't want Bluebird to kind of be heavy at the bottom. So I'm just fussy cutting this out. If you're new here, I fussy cut with a white border around it, so it almost looks like a sticker. And I try to move my paper, not my scissors. So I leave my scissors stationary, and I use my left hand to rotate the cardstock around. And I feel like I just get a crisper image. And by using the white border, it's a little more forgiving. So if you mess up, it's not nearly as bad. So we're going to see how that looks. I actually think I like that. So I'm just going to place a whole bunch of adhesive right there. And I want it where there's definitely a separation between it and that white piece of zip strip. So let me bring back the sketch. Again, I kind of told you girls and guys that I was going to keep it true to the sketch, and I did. I've got that little cluster up there, and you can see the Distress Oxides. And then I've got this portion down here. I did go a little further into the white space than the sketch allowed, but overall, I really like it. The only other thing I did off camera was I ended up stamping that little bitty circle 3 more times to complete these little groupings in this little cluster. So that is it for today. I will leave links down below to any of the products that I use that are still available. And I'll also leave links down below to all the people playing along with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. I hope you'll click on them and go check them out. And Christy also has a Facebook page that I always link down below. You can go join that Facebook page where you can play along. You don't have to do a video. You can do your own take on the sketch and just post your photos. We love to see those. And like always, if you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. It helps me and it helps you when YouTube shows you more of the same kind of artwork. And if you aren't already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and sign up for notifications so you won't miss another crafty video. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching.